Welcome to Security Check. Today we have some gameplay footage from one of our weekly tournaments. Here we have you playing Galaxy and one of our weekly competitors playing TyrantKabuterimon.
Yeah, I just built Galaxy because I wanted to play something else other than Royal Knights sometimes. And Galaxy seemed broken enough for my taste of decks.
Yeah, it is indeed.
And I really like the toolboxiness of this deck. I play the blue high-end version of the deck, and I have really been enjoying it. And
it does dumb things.
I have had success in our little weekly tournaments with it.
Yeah. And it's it's one of those decks that just does
everything.
It does everything, and it does it for basically free. And
and the Tyrant is playing medieval Gallatmons and Sephagamon aces, and I was like, what? Why would you play that? But we will see that later on. Why would he do that? And I'm making sure. And the timer should be suspended, but I forgot that. But there is basically no difference.
I think you have cut this Flaremon already from your deck, right?
At the moment, I play one off because I only have 3 of the other one, but I'm waiting my mail to arrive, and then I will cut my Flaremons because only Gallatmon X antibody can go over that.
Yeah, so you have so little evolves from that.
Okay, medieval can also, but you rather play your medievals, probably.
Depends, I guess.
Just like this.
And here, Flaremon gets deleted, and then
Lunamon gets slashed over.
Swing over, yeah. And it's medieval and Sephaga Ace give some really nasty things to Tyrantmon. TyrantKabuterimon, yeah. Because it's I played against this Tyrant deck with my Necromon at one weeklies, and it was they have Mega Kabuterimon with evade on the board, and you're I go to Necromon, it evades, and then you attack to Sephagamon, get bottom deck, and you're okay. Yeah. Fun.
Sephaga Ace is a really strong card, actually.
It's way stronger than I actually thought it would be.
Yeah, 2 checks with 15k because of Alliance.
But it's also one of those cards that it's really good in certain matchups, but then it's it's probably always at least okay, but it's also kind of easily removed from the field. So
yeah, it does not have protection.
Yeah.
Gladly, by itself at least, you can probably give it protection.
And its normal evolution cost is high because it's 5.
Yeah.
So you prefer to ace it.
Yeah.
Blast Digimon it.
Here I'm doing everything I want because I have so much memory. But using 3 of my level 4s to one of my stack is kinda scary also.
Yeah,
and this is the second stack that has 3 level 4s. Kreskemon says that TyrantKabuterimon can't suspend, and then, now nothing can suspend. And then I will end the turn by playing the memory boost because at this point in time I remember the Sephagamon Ace.
For now.
Yeah. And I love the fact that Digimon has the battlefield is so open that you can put your memory boost and trainings and Digimon anywhere you want basically. But sometimes I just forgot to look.
Take a look.
There is the Goku Blade Kuwagamon, and I just can't remember that it's there. And at this point I already forgot. And because Hexablowmon also only prevents suspending on your opponent's turn, this can happen.
Yeah, they can suspend the Sephagamon to bottom deck the Hexablowmon.
Yeah.
And I think the Sephaga Ace should actually be it should unsuspend, I think.
True.
But I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter in this situation, probably.
It's May, I think. And here I just suspend the Blade Kuwagamon. And not my own Firamon. But It is what it is.
Is it one of those situations where you didn't really count? Like,
yeah, I didn't like see it there or like realize it was there, and like then Pheromone's effect would have destroyed it also. And there I just vortex to the Tyrant, and now there is the Kokuwagamon, and I was like, oh no. But I didn't realize that it should be dead because of Pheromone's effect.
These are the little like mistakes that just sometimes happens when you play, like,
yeah.
Even if you play in a tournament, like, players just miss things and it happens. Alright, it bottom decks for every
2 card.
Every 2 suspended Digimon.
Yeah.
True.
And then it vortexed and unsuspended. Let's see, can I do things?
Probably. Because you are Galaxy.
Yeah. There's only 7 cards in hand, so I won't get memory there.
For once.
Yeah. But Scramble is a thing, so I will go to Crescamon and say that Sephagamon Ace cannot suspend. And then I will use the Tamer to go to Huangunmon to play out Lunamon. Huangunmon is also cut from the deck because it works so rarely.
Is this Galantex?
Yeah. And I probably will give the minus DP to the Sephaga Ace, and I cannot activate that.
Yeah, I was waiting. Does this? Are you like mistakenly activating the Huangun?
Yeah, I'm not. I remember it by myself. Gladly. And then I pop the Sephaga Ace, and then I.
All right, you gave the minus to Sephaga Ace, so wouldn't that actually already happened on when Digivolving, by the way? Because it's also when Digivolving. So
true.
So the Sephaga should have died already before the attack, but
there was no like. It was a sequencing issue, but like nothing would have changed.
It didn't change like the outcome of the situation.
Yeah, because I was already attacking.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he could not block or blast on top of that, or he didn't blast. I don't know if he plays Paladin mode. Then character boost probably.
Yeah.
And are we going to
Tyrant?
Yeah, I would hazard to guess so.
Yeah. But the Tyrant can't actually attack over the Galatmon? Or... Oh no, it has buffs.
It has at least 6k buffs. It probably has actually even more because there is the Blade Kuwagamon gives it more. And I remember I was just counting, can I make my Gabumon bigger than this? But I couldn't. It would have crashed and that would have been bad for me.
Oh my god.
Crashed or just died, I can't remember actually. Someone can count if they want.
Okay. Do you have enough resources to win this game?
I have really few cards on my deck.
Alright, you have a Scramble. That helps.
Yeah.
True.
Last egg.
Last egg going. Then we start stacking.
I still have deck left, so...
And you find 1 card here. You have probably found all of your level 4s at this point.
Yep. And then I will gain the memory this time.
This is just like... The Galaxy deck is such a, like, strange one. Like, it goes through its deck and, like, just does these things then where they just, like...
It's a weird deck, but I love it. For 1 to Crescamon, and I will stun the Tyrant, and then to Hexaploumon.
Does nothing.
Yeah.
Because it cannot affect it.
I'm so glad I remember that I can't bottom deck the easy. And I have 2 cards left on my deck.
Oh my god.
Let's see, can I win?
Can you win from here?
Or is the invincible wall enough? Oh, it's not that invincible if it can't suspend.
Yeah, it's not invincible at this point.
And then...
Metal Life, Kuman.
It can suspend my Hexaploumon. And it gives plus 3000 DP to itself. Then let's see. I have 2 cards left in my deck.
And you need 4 checks, or like 4 security checks and then 1 more attack or something.
Yeah. I will use the and go to Digimon for free.
For free?
To something. And it's 1 Kunmon, and then I can pop out the Lunamon under my Hexaplamon. From under my Hexaplamon. And this should be memory boost.
You I actually...
You were like, what are you doing? I was so...
You knew what you were doing, but you were doing wrong things.
Yeah. Galantmon X gives minus 4,000, so it's minus 1,000 for the metal life. And then it destroys it.
Then Galantmon deletes it on when evolving.
Yeah.
So now there's not that much like ace possibilities.
Yeah. I have 4 checks on field. And there is 4 securities left. And double jamming doing things. There was Paladin more. And then do I have...
Then you
yes, Omniax for
Omniax. And then you can attack without suspending.
Yeah. And that was the
Alright,
game.
Easy can only redirect to suspended Digimons?
Yeah. Here's my Galaxy deck list. We don't have the Tyrant deck list because it was from weeklies and I don't want to bother people. I can bother Fata, but that's a different story. But yeah, I've changed stuff after this. Huangkong's to Metal Seed Ramon Mega Seed Ramon X antibodies. And then I have 3 of those, 4 of Greskemons, and then 1 of the Makagamon that is limited because it gives you the ability to unsuspend. And then probably everything else is the same.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this deck.
I hate playing against it, but...
I know, you hate playing against every of my deck.
Although I have to say, I can like stomach this deck more when I play with like Sakuyamon, or maybe even something like Necromon could be like fine against this, because you don't usually have like that many multiple Digimons on the board. So if you go to like Hexablaumon or like whatever your level 6 at that point is, I can just go to Necromon, pop the level 6 and just like go with my combos. So it's like, I played against this with the Lilithmon deck, and Lilithmon deck does things with such a delay that it's like, it's really bad against this, because most of your effects are like at the end of your opponent's turn or end of their attack or something like that, and it's like so pointless against this deck.
And because the high end is so toolboxy, you can just like de-digivolve with Invisimon or go to Galantmon X and be unaffected, or Mirage Gagamon can just bounce their little stuff, or Hexablaumon says no to everything. And then Omniax with X antibody just empties your opponent's boards. And then Paladin mode is also really solid finisher sometimes, and it can also just kill purple decks that rely on their trash.
Yeah.
I really enjoy this deck. It has like it's so fun to play.
It's probably also one of the best decks in the
format
after restriction list format. That is my like thought process at least. It's interesting to see what is like the because it's like in Singapore Sakuyamon was everywhere, and like, it's interesting to see if the Sakuyamon takes off here in the West also.
I don't know what's the like whole top 5, but I'd hazard to guess Sakuyamon, Galaxy, and then Royal Knights are all in top 5.
Probably, yeah. That is those are probably 3 decks I would say are more than likely in the top 5 decks at the moment.
Yeah. If you have any thoughts about that, you can tell that in the comments.
Leave down comment down below what do you think are the top 5 decks after the restrictions.
I can't like think any else deck, but
there's like so many. Oh, Imperial Ramon is
Ramon is still on
probably one of them, and like it's like there's so many decks after that like that could be in top 5, and they can even swap places at times. So it's like, I don't know.
And it really depends on the pilot also, that which
pilot and the version, and like what decks you face. Do the matchups actually like favor you? So
yeah, and do you have playset of medieval a lot more?
Yeah, I guess.
It's so fun to watch some like videos where there's like, okay, and then the last card is 4 of medieval Galatman, and I'm like, I approve this. My wallet does not approve this, but I do.
It's just like, it puts this stupid like 200 euro tax to every deck if you want to play like medieval in like 4 of.
Yeah.
Or like, if it would be like mandatory to play like 2 to 4 medievals, it's like 100 to 200 euro tax for your deck.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really like not good.
And even if medieval is getting a reprint, it's coming in like, is it like almost December or close to December? And the box that it comes in costs like $200 MSRP. So our friend who is working in one of the places we
Local game stores.
One of our LGSs asked me if I wanted to order one of them. I was like, no, I won't pay 200 euros. And then I was like, actually, how much is it? It is in like Europe or is in Finland, and it's over 300. I'm like, no, sorry, no.
Yeah, that is way too much.
Yeah.
Even if the reprints are really good and they're like, the product is really good, but 300 euros for one of those is just like way too much.
Yeah. But yeah, this was the game today. Remember to like and subscribe, consider becoming a channel member, and we will see you at the next video. Bye!